Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about dinar currency revaluation. What's actually happening today? ***, no verified official exchange or revaluation alert ***. Despite buzz circulating online, particularly on YouTube, claiming sudden CBI-led exchanges or revaluation events, there is no credible evidence or official announcement indicating that the CBI is exchanging or revaluing the IQD today. Videos such as Iraqi Dinar 2025, new exchange rate system by CBI, are speculative in nature and not backed by confirmed statements from the CBI. ***, what authorities have said ***, no reputable mainstream or financial news outlet, including Iraq Business News or iraqinews.com, has reported any new exchange program or revaluation executed by the CBI today. The central bank's official site has no mention of active currency exchanges or revaluations happening at this time. ***, currency rate context ***, publicly accessible data from sources like Credit Bank of Iraq and WISE indicate that the official IQD to USD exchange rate remains stable at approximately 1,300 to 1,310 IQD per US dollar as of today. These rates reflect routine information, not evidence of a revaluation or special exchange process. ***, risks of viral dinar alert content ***. Many alarmist videos and posts on platforms like YouTube tout secret redemption or urgent exchange schemes. These often serve to generate excitement and sometimes misleading speculation, not reliable financial advice. In contrast, credible financial sources continue to advise caution, highlighting the IQD's fixed rate, low liquidity, high transaction costs, and prevalent scams. What should you know? Summary. As of August 10, 2025, there is no authentic implementation by the Central Bank of Iraq to exchange or revalue the dinar. Exchange rates remain steady at around 1,300 IQD equals $1, with no shifts toward revaluation. Speculative alerts and viral content are circulating, but none are confirmed by official channels and are likely misleading. Investment in IQD remains highly speculative, with ongoing warnings about scams, limited liquidity, and fixed exchange rates. Your action plan as a dinar holder. Stay informed, but verify with official CBI announcements, reputable Iraqi newspapers, or trusted finance platforms before acting. Avoid panic-driven or hype-based decisions from unverified social media or YouTube content. If considering any transactions, use only licensed and regulated financial institutions, and be mindful of the high spread and low convertibility of IQD. Consider diversifying beyond dinars using more transparent and liquid vehicles, if investment or conversion is your goal. Final thoughts. Despite widespread speculation, there is no credible, verified exchange or revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. On August 10, 2025, take headlines and alerts with skepticism, and always rely on official CBI communications or reputable news sources before making any financial moves. Reality and the bank's ability to fulfill their economic role. The Central Bank of Iraq has set a set of standards for reforming the banking sector, most notably increasing capital to 400 billion dinars by December 31, 2025. This is despite investors' reluctance to subscribe to its shares due to the sanctions imposed on it, making this requirement nearly impossible to achieve. According to economic expert Ahmed Abdrabba, taking into account the specificity of reality, Abdul Rabo confirmed to Shafaq News agency that the reform criteria set by the Central Bank of Iraq, while containing some positive aspects, include essential points that require a comprehensive review to reflect the reality of Iraqi banking. He points out that the demand to increase banks' capital to 400 billion dinars before the end of 2025 is illogical, especially given that the majority of these banks are sanctioned, banned from dealing in dollars, have low market shares, and do not have significant banking operations, he said. Regarding the other financial aspect, Abdrabba criticized the imposition of fees of up to $2 million on banks for services provided by certified repair companies, considering this amount exaggerated, especially since the banks had not previously agreed with the central bank to grant these companies such sums. The economic expert also stresses that the requirement to limit ownership to no more than 10% is also unworkable, explaining, "It is illogical to impose this requirement in the absence of an investment sector willing to invest in banks suffering losses." Abdul Rabah called on the central bank to engage private banks in formulating a new reform vision that takes into account the unique circumstances in which these banks were established, the nature of their ownership, and the economic challenges they face, emphasizing the importance of extending the reform period to a longer timeframe. He warns against forcing banks out of the banking system if the conditions are not met, stressing that such an approach could cause real problems for banks and their clients. He stressed that reforms are necessary, but they must be realistic, applicable, and relevant to the Iraqi context, rather than becoming a means to liquidate or marginalize banks, and with economic consequences. 2. Fiscal cost and contingent liabilities. Making the PMF a permanent part of the state, or absorbing fighters into payrolls and pensions, would add recurring wage benefit costs to the budget. Iraq's budget is still heavily oil revenue dependent. Any material increase in persistent spending without matching revenues raises fiscal deficits, forcing either higher borrowing, central bank financing, or drawing down foreign reserves, each of which can pressure the exchange rate. The IMF's recent Article 4 of Staff Commentary highlights that rapid spending expansion and financing constraints are already a risk for Iraq's fiscal and external position. Monetary and exchange rate mechanics, how the dinar actually moves. 1. Reserves and the central bank peg. Iraq CBI operates under a conventional peg-managed arrangement. The official rate is administratively set while the parallel market can diverge. When confidence is weak, the central bank's foreign exchange reserves are the first line of defense against disorderly moves. Low reserves, or the perception they may be needed to finance bigger fiscal gaps, limit the CBI's